You feel it, you know it. D-Raw Productions.
Houston Sports Connoisseurs brought to you by
D-Raw. What up, people? It's your boy D-Raw coming to you with another episode of the HSC. Got Charles
Subscribe
CB
now.
right here.
None other, baby. None other. Ready to do another episode of this killer and fire information.
Hey, hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It seemed like it's been like 2 weeks since we did the last one, but it really ain't been that long. But enough has happened in the NFL to make it seem that way as well.
Yeah, a lot done transpired over the course of like, what, 4-5 days?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, I got this question right off the top. If you was to pick a QB in prime time and he need to, go downfield, win the game on a live ass drive, which QB would you not pick to do that?
Which QB I would not pick? I got about 4 or 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you.
So,
Like, of course, naturally, I've been on him for the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to stay consistent. Anthony Richardson didn't show me nothing. So, of course, naturally, I don't want him in the game with the game on the line. No, sir. I mean, I don't even know if he going to play next week, the hit he took.
I don't know, but one thing I can say about Anthony Richardson, he do got an arm. I have seen him throw some deep bombs. They do be 50-50 balls, though, so you don't really know which hands it's going to end up in.
50-50 is they might not catch it, and he might not throw it accurate.
Yeah, for sure. And, I analyzed every starting quarterback in NFL, and I thought about all those quarterbacks in that spot, and I landed on this rookie.
Who?
Tyler Shaw for the New Orleans Saints.
I got him. I watched the game. I was totally unimpressed.
And then he wasn't even with the starters. He was with the second stringers. I mean, in some ways, it can make him look good and bad, but the O-line really wasn't a problem. It was just him.
Yeah, it was total him.
So,
You got other quarterbacks where you can say, that kind of fall on the O-line, but it was all him, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a couple of more, too, though. Trevor Lawrence. And I put Cam Ward on this list, bro, just because, and I'm going to give him an asterisk just because he ain't played a down in the NFL yet. So I don't know if I would trust him with a game on the line just yet.
Well, he played some preseason, I believe. Cam Ward, he played maybe 1 or 2 series. He went down the field pretty quickly, got the team down there. He looked pretty decent, but he didn't get that much, PT, so you really can't evaluate him to say much. But he looked better than Tyler Shaw.
But I'm saying that too based off of the talent that he playing in week 1 of the preseason.
Yeah.
So I just can't go with him. And I'm going to stay consistent. Bryce Young, just don't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Man. And then the last one, again, being consistent, rolling off last week's episode. Tua, no, sir. No,
man,
sir.
Tua is clutch in prime time, bro. When the game ball come down to Tua, he makes it happen.
You right. He makes the ambulance pull up and come get him up out of there. That's exactly what he do.
Well, look, man. Since we talking about what happened this preseason or what we like and what we don't like, who stood out to you, good and bad?
Man, you know what? That's a great question too. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I watched the Philadelphia Eagles play, and they got a backup quarterback, Tanner McKee. Oh, that boy came in there, and he displayed everything that you want to see out of a young quarterback.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. He showed the whole package, bro. He had the team behind him. I'm talking about the starters was on the sideline rooting for this dude, and he went straight down the field on 2 very impressive drives.
Okay. Well, look, for me, I want to come straight to the H. Davis Mills, bro. Davis Mills, he really looked improved this past weekend.
Now he
looked like a true NFL quarterback.
I've been an advocate for getting Davis Mills on the first thing smoking up out of here. But I cannot lie, he did impress me in this past game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you somebody else who impressed me.
Who was that?
Cause he got a lot of my DNA in him, dog. I'm talking about this boy did his thing, and I'm talking about electrified the crowd. I've been waiting for this ever since they changed the rules on all these kickoffs and punt returns, man. I'm talking about dude out of Baltimore, LeJohntay. How you say his last name? Cause I don't want to mess it up. I think it's Wester. LeJohntay Wester. 100-yard kick return, bro. But it wasn't just the kick return. After the end zone celebration, this young man went on the sideline and did a whole nother celebration like, we finna hit the weed house. The weed house. I mean, he had everybody crunk, bro. It was live.
For real?
Really impressed me, though.
See, I missed that one. But I'm going to tell you who else stood out.
Who that?
Shador Sanders.
Did his thing.
You know, for the amount of time that they put him in the game, I know you could compare stats to some of the other rookie quarterbacks that played.
Right.
But for what Shador did with the second unit and things like that against the Panthers' first team defense, from what I heard and what I seen, he did a damn good job. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, when it came down to it, he had made clutch passes. I seen him hit the windows, the small windows, and get that ball in there and hit the dude in the back of the end zone. So I'm very proud of what I seen out of Shador Sanders.
You get no argument from me on that one, man. He did two very impressive things for me. One, he had his daddy tweeting throughout the course of the game, cheering him on from afar. And two, his first drive didn't go that well. But he showed resiliency to come back and go out there and put together a scoring drive after that. Not one, but two. Two straight touchdown drives. And the throws and the touch that he throwed on the passes, I don't know if this dude is a fullback for them or if he's a tight end, number 37. But there's this one play, excuse me, Shador made where he put on the run, rolling out, the softest touch on a lob pass that was like 15, 20 yards down the field.
And the dude went and got it.
Bro, I'm talking about Peyton Manning, Tom Brady stuff. So Shador did his thing.
He definitely did. Unfortunately, you know, I guess he got an oblique or some injury this week.
Yeah, I heard
So
that.
I guess we probably ain't going to be able to see him this weekend. But they say he moved up the depth chart. You know, like I said, they got about 6-7 quarterbacks over there.
And all of them in a wheelchair. So how hard is that to do?
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
anybody else impress you?
man, not nobody, no. But I can tell you a couple people that did disappoint me.
Well, hold on. I got one more person that kind of stood out to me, man. And only because he a rookie.
Hold up. Before I interrupt, Braxton Berrios impressed me, bro.
He impressed everybody. You know? He came out there
but we can talk
and
about
lowered
that
the
later.
hammer. You see, any kind of play like that gonna always get me excited. But go ahead.
Nah, it's on you, man.
Yeah, I just got one more. Just one more real quick one. He a rookie. But again, he brought notoriety back to the kick return game, man. And I'm talking about your boy, Trevion Henderson from New England. Bro, that run he did.
The Ohio State University.
OSU product. But that run he did, bro, you don't get that out of most rookies coming straight into the NFL. Mm-hmm. And especially in their first game, albeit preseason.
Yeah.
Boy, he took that rock and ran with a purpose. You hear me?
Right. That just means it's in his DNA.
Yeah, it's in his DNA.
So, New England, y'all got y'all one.
You got one.
Anybody disappoint you?
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, it was a couple of people that did disappoint me. And again, everybody already knows, so I ain't gonna say too much about this, but I'm gonna say his name again, Anthony Richardson. Okay.
He went out with first series.
How do you not have any pocket presence? That's the only thing I can't get beyond that. Like, this dude had a wide open lane, and you, with all your athleticism, couldn't pick up on that and shake that, but okay. Moving right along. Another dude, well, I ain't gonna just blame this on one person. It was the Miami Dolphins defense. They surrendered 48 points in a preseason game, bro. 4-8.
They gonna have a hard time cutting players over there.
Yeah. Who you got?
So we talked about this DB earlier on the last episode, and he just went out there and just opened it up and let everybody fuck him.
You're not gonna say who I think you're gonna say, right?
D'Angelo Ross.
Why is he still in the league?
Why is he still a Texan?
Exactly.
Bro, I seen him not only like on first downs, but third down conversions when it really mattered to the team. He was always out of place. He was never there to defend the ball, bro. He was always burnt, out of position, like several times. And then, matter of fact, I think he gave up. I don't know. I know for sure one, but probably 2 touchdowns.
Man, I lost count, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But if I'm really keeping it honest, he's not the only one out of the team. You open this door, so I'm gonna walk through.
Let's go.
Bro, are you serious right now? MJ Stewart?
Another DB.
Miles Bryant?
Miles did have a bad game. And I hate that I was even defending him last week.
Hello, people. Welcome to my world. You know, all I'm saying is, bro, we can't keep putting out. And do you know what he had the unmitigated gall to say in the press conference immediately after the game?
What was his words?
Bro, I promise I can't make this up. Hold on. Let me get myself together. This dude got in front of the camera, in front of the media, and said, the one thing that everybody can be proud of about the Houston Texans is when it comes to the DB room, there's no fall off. Bro, I promise this man said that.
All I seen was fall off in that game, bro.
From him.
Not only him, but hell, everybody that played next to him, including D'Angelo Ross.
No, but I'm saying if you gonna say something like that, dude, you had actions to
you
back
gotta
them
back
words
that
up,
bro. Like
you can't
honestly, like
match what you saying.
The only thing that stood out to me on the defense, bro, was the front seven.
Right.
The front seven didn't look bad, but once
At
you
all.
start getting them DBs, the corners, the safeties, all them backups, it looked bad. And then it makes me worried because, like, we already down with CJ Gardner.
Yeah.
Well, he probably going to come back week 1, which is good news, people.
That's great news.
No torn ACL. And then
Shout out CJ.
And then our boy went to jail.
Nah, you're not talking about Ward, are you?
Jimmy Ward. He went to jail again.
But what about it?
I'm just saying, bro, them safeties we need. It's like, and then you look at your depth that's falling behind them, and they not looking too sharp.
So how do you feel about the guy they brought in from Philadelphia that's got championship pedigree?
CJ?
No, the other guy from Philadelphia that we just brought in last week.
Dude, tell me about him.
I forget his name, but they got a guy that I think he was on the 2018 championship team with the Eagles.
I did see something about that. But shit, like I said, they bring in all these cornerbacks, ones with names, ones with no name. Shit, we just need somebody to stand out.
But he not just trash though. I think he was a great addition, bro. Especially going through what we going through right now.
I hope
Uncertainty
so.
with CJ and uncertainty with Jimmy Ward. We need somebody. But if him and CJ can play alongside of each other, they got familiarity coming out of that Eagles system. So that's gonna bring nothing but good stuff to the to the Texans organization.
You know who else disappointed me?
Who?
Your boy Yeast.
Black Eye. Good old Black Eye.
I was focused on him, and like every time he was by the ball, he disappointed too. Honestly, like from a defensive standpoint, from what we was hearing from camp and seeing it in the game, I didn't see nothing good, bro, from them DBs, man.
I don't think half of that room makes the roster, just to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeast. I think Miles Bryant may make the team just because the coaches like him, but MJ Stewart, it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough.
What did you think about the running back room?
Dari Ogunbowale. He played like he don't even know he's a 4th or 5th string player, dog.
Every time, though.
He brought hard. Like, he was running hard.
Man, I told you, he going to be on the team because he does so many things. Not only is he a bona fide running back,
Right.
but he also is good on special teams. We got a dude that can return. He can kick field goals. Hell, he can even kick off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, you can even put him behind the line of scrimmage as a receiver, and he can still make plays.
I seen him split out wide some plays last year, and he didn't do bad. So
That's
you
what I'm
absolutely
saying.
right. I agree with you on that.
Him right there. That's a gadget. That's a weapon.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Now that you mentioned it, it just came to my head. I totally forgot about it when we was talking about people that, stood out to me on special teams from the hometown. British, the Bulldog, Brooks. Did you see that hit he laid on old boy in the game?
Well, the one thing I say about British Brooks, we don't got to worry about him going anywhere because he's another weapon. He's a guy that.
But this dude is a running back.
But also
clowning.
But you got to remember
on special teams.
He a running back flex to be a fullback as well.
Right. But you normally don't get them kind of plays out of guys that's in that position on special teams. I'm talking about on kickoff coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did his thing.
Special player right there. And since we're talking about the running backs, I want to make our focus on Nick Chubb. Now, we know what kind of player Nick Chubb was and what he can bring to the table. But if Nick Chubb walked in the room right now and we didn't know he was Nick Chubb and things like that, with, the recent things we've seen right now, do you think he'll be a Texan?
Given what we working with in the running back room right now, and I just kind of got a news flash that at first everybody was thinking that Mixon was going to be ready week 1. He not. So given that, and then the inconsistent play of Damian Pierce, I think he will be there.
Yeah. Because
he might be our starter, to be honest with you.
You might be right about that.
But I have also heard on the flip side of that, and I got personal friends that go to the practices and stuff like that, and they share with me it's a very noticeable drop off in his burst.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they say it's yeah, he done lost a step.
See?
He done lost a step.
But guess who do got a step? Woody Marks.
Yeah. And so this upcoming game against the Carolina Panthers, I'm actually hoping to see more of some of the other running backs in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jawar.
Yeah, I was going to get on Jawar.
British Brooks. I'd like to see them boys get an opportunity, man.
I say this game is a make-or-break game for Jawar Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially being a Texan. And then with all those running backs in that room. So we're going to need to see somebody separate themselves. And DP.
We got to see something about you. If you don't understand nothing else we saying, understand that. We got to see something about you this week.
Yeah. And DP, he need to be on notice too, because truly, we already got a special team returner now. With Braxton Berrios back there, somebody that's all pro at that, you really don't need DP doing that like that.
Well, hold up. Let's not move too fast. Slow this milk truck down. It ain't gonna hurt us to have a backup, because injuries happen frequently and often in the NFL. I can see DP having a spot on the team as a kind of, go between running back and returner. But he definitely got to step his game up this year. That's another person I'm watching this game this week to see something out of DP.
Well, look, quick question. Would you trade him for a 5th-round pick?
Yeah.
See ya.
And 2 popsicles. Yeah. You got to have it.
Well, look, man. Let's get to the beef of things. The offensive line. The starters look good, but the depth behind them was kind of concerning to me. What about you?
That's my take. I got the same exact take on that. I'm going to say this, though. The starters who they had out in the last preseason game, they actually impressed me, because from everything I was hearing coming out of training camp and all of that, they wasn't really gelling that much.
Right.
They were still struggling. But they gave Davis Mills, on that drive Davis Mills had, he had all the protection in the world.
All the protection.
And I guess it did make a difference, because you saw it in Davis Mills' confidence, just because that old line went out there and did their thing.
Yeah.
So they was a lot better than what I expected, and I only expect to see even better this week.
Right. And this will be a good week for us to see more, because, the Panthers got a D line. They got a front seven that can really put pressure on the Texans. So we'll be able to see, is this line going to be a line that can really carry the Texans all the way when it comes to the playoffs?
And the only thing that I'm a little concerned about, but I'm really not, is the availability of Cam Robinson.
Man, I'm not really too worried about Cam, though. With Irsay, you know what I'm saying, backing him up, and the things that I'm hearing about him, I feel like we should be pretty confident that he can hold the job down and probably, like I said before, overtake that starting left tackle role anyway.
So, with that said, who do you think going to be the Texans starting 5 on the O-line?
Man,
if Cam Robinson out.
So, like I said, Ariante Irsay,
Uh-huh.
and then Laken Tomlinson.
Okay.
You know, I would like to see Scruggs really pull into that spot, but if he can switch around, that's fine. But Tomlinson, Patterson, but I've been hearing good things about Jake Andrews as well.
Yeah, I really like Jake Andrews.
So,
but Scruggs, I've been getting all kind of reports that he's a scrub. But anyway, Juice Scrub, step it up, baby.
you already know Titus Howard. He's gonna hold down that right guard position, and then for the right tackle, Blake Fisher, bro. I still believe in him.
Okay.
But look, worst case scenario.
But here's my thing, man. You come out publicly and say that you believe in Blake Fisher, but you the same guy that told me off camera that you believed in R. Kelly. So it's kind of hard to say. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this guy, bro, I ain't say that shit.
It's a lot of slippage from his rookie season to his sophomore season. You think he's going through some kind of sophomore slump?
Yeah, he could be, but how often do you see old linemen go through sophomore slumps?
Have you not watched the Texans like the last 5-6 years, bro? All of our offensive linemen go through a slump, and it don't even have to be in their sophomore season. Kenyon Green, Green.
Bro,
do I need to go on?
If any year he should improve, it should be his sophomore year. This is the first year he has the ability to actually work out with the team, get all the drills in, hit the gym, and have the correct diet given to him so he can increase his size and strength and speed. This should be the year, bro. This is the year.
But that's not afforded to them day one that they come to a team. All of those things.
I mean, yeah,
you just mentioned.
But you miss out. I feel like as a rookie,
you don't know the importance of it.
Yeah,
I got you.
And I feel like they just miss out on a lot of those things.
Gotcha. That makes sense. But with that being said, if he knows the importance of it now, why is there slippage?
Apparently he lazy.
Or he could be overwhelmed with going against, quite possibly, the #1 D-line in the NFL this year.
That's very true.
If you had to go up against Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson every day in practicing, that could be a little discouraging, bro.
But at the same time, that should be more motivation to put the work in the weight room.
If Danielle is putting you on your back like a brand new newborn every play, and the coaches is standing over you talking cash trash every time, bro, eventually it could play on your psyche. Everybody ain't built for this, bro.
Well, look, if that's the case,
everybody ain't built for this,
if that's
bro.
the case, he need to be cut because he's soft.
But no, we gonna keep him because you still got hope in him.
I mean, I'm just going based off last year. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been at the.
Look, you're not in the boat by yourself, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm in the boat with you too. I want to see the next R. Kelly album. You know, with you, bro.
Bro. So look, man, I'm ready to get to the next Texan game because they done made some enhancements. I done heard they done got that money and updated the jumbotron. We got some new sound systems.
Yeah.
They said they got a whole bunch of options to eat too.
Yeah, like 120 new items
all the way. So.
But I was scratching my head when I heard that. I'm like, I know they got chicken tenders and hot dogs and hamburgers, but what else you gonna serve at a football game, at a sporting event that's new?
That's true, because they already had barbecue, they had baked potatoes. I think they had ribs and everything.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, They say they got 120 new items.
New items. Hey, all I know is NRG gonna be going down.
Okay, it's gonna go down. All right, so come on out, get your grub on, chill with your boys, and look, let's root these Texans on to the Super Bowl.
So with all that being said, what is your expectations for the Texans going into your second preseason game against Carolina? What do you want to see?
Well, we kind of touched on it already, so, I don't mind revisiting that. I want to see some of the third, fourth, fifth possible string running backs come out there. Right. I want to see some better play out of the second and third string cornerbacks. And I want to see, this is going to sound a little crazy because I'm overlooking the O-line right now because we didn't already talk about that. But of course, naturally, I want to see some more consistency with the O-line. But the room, too, that I actually really want to see something out of is that linebacker room. Because to me, it's only one linebacker right now that's etched in stone as a starter. And that's Al Shire. But who going to start opposite of him? Is it going to be Toa Toa? Is it going to be Christian Harris? And, this is a guy that when you said standout earlier, I failed to mention him. But I remember watching the game and thinking to myself, oh my God, we got ourselves something. It was just sort of like, my first girlfriend back when I was in elementary, when she first got with me, she looked at me and said, I got myself something. We got ourselves something. And I'm talking about EJ Speed.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he played like he was bigger than the game last week.
I'm glad you brought that up because I can't believe I actually forgot all about that.
Remember?
EJ Speed, he played like his head was on fire, bro.
Yeah.
He went off. And if anybody out of that linebacker room, he's definitely going to make the team. Like I said, I still question Christian Harris. I feel like Toa Toa going to be there. Christian Harris, I think he learning and getting his groove back. So I feel like eventually he going to be there too. A lot of them guys still going to be there. I think it's going to be the same guys in that room. But the one room I am kind of concerned about is the tight end room. With the injuries, Dalton King, Brevin Jordan, two of them guys going out. I know they brought somebody else in.
Trey McKinney.
But we don't really know what he going to bring to the table.
He been known to have knee injury history, but okay.
So now it's like you got Lachey or Lachey. And then we got Dalton Schultz. And after that, you got your guys. So I feel like with all that being said, I feel like we lost some athleticism though in that tight end room.
What we lost in athleticism, to me, honestly, in that tight end room, it probably wasn't going to be utilized that much anyway. Because like I say, I'm big on using Lachey in more of the run game as a blocker. When it comes to the passing game, you want to use more of Dalton Schultz and Cade Stover. And then the reason why the tight end room is not that big of a concern to me, because if you know the history of Nick Caley, he's been known to develop tight ends and utilize them to their strong points. Yep. So he was going to bring that. But the question, if I could just moonwalk a little bit right here, is you said EJ Speed is definitely going to make the team. But my thing is, has he shown you enough thus far to say it's a strong possibility that he might have positioned himself to be a starter?
Yeah, you're right. He has. When you look at Al Shire and you look at EJ Speed and then you look at the guys that fall behind him, I don't feel like nobody's as electrifying as EJ Speed was this last week. I mean, it's preseason, but he was like that for the Colts throughout the regular season.
Exactly.
Every time the Texans played him, you know what I'm saying, he was showing up. So I expect to see the same kind of impact every game from him when he played for the Texans.
So watch how I do this right quick. It's old school right here, baby. Do it like this. Do you think the Texans robbed the Colts when they got EJ Speed?
Hell yeah, they did. And they got a damn good deal out of it too.
Yeah.
And you got a guy that wanted to be a Texan.
Yeah. He wanted to be here.
And you know what's interesting about that? If you remember, CJ Stroud, EJ Speed, and what's the coach other linebacker was Shaquille something. Leonard.
Leonard.
Remember they used to always go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's like after all that little rivalry and shit, EJ Speed, he truly knew that CJ was one of them ones, and he wanted to be part of their team.
Well, he said that in a press conference. He said when he was with the Colts, he admired what we was doing over here in H-Town. And I've heard a lot of, not a lot, but a few players say that they really bought into what's going on here in H-Town. So that's nothing but a plus to get even more free agents possibly next year. But anyway, let's stick to this year.
So look, since you talked about CJ Stroud, the one room that I did have concern about was the QB room. And the only reason because I want to see CJ Stroud in the new system.
Okay.
I would like to see CJ coming in week 2 of this preseason and at least getting maybe a series or 2 out the way just so we can see what he looked like in the system.
Well, man, my take on this is anytime I watch the Texans, CJ is a major part of why I want to see him. But I do get it. We want to balance, how much they expose him to before the season even start because, again, the injury bug and the Texans have not been friends. So I like to – I can hold off on seeing CJ until game 1, week 1, of the regular season. But just to put your mind at rest, things I've been hearing about him in camp is he been battling back against the defense, the starter.
I've been seeing it, bro.
They said he been, he learning the system and he bought in.
Yeah.
So
and you know what? I know we had said something about Nick Chubb, but also I seen him make a big play in camp against the Carolina Panthers. Also, I seen your boy Stingley get a pick 6.
Yeah.
From your boy Bryce Young today.
Yeah. But if you know what, I'm one of the biggest. Me, my history with Stingley. Like that's my guy. But if we're gonna tell the story, we're gonna tell it all the way. What else happened to Stingley in practice today?
You see everything, bro.
Yeah, Ted McMillan snatched one for a TD on him too.
Well, look, if I had a concern or something I wanted to see out of the Carolina Panthers, I did want to see Bryce Young.
Okay.
I want to see how he developed, what he looked like. I know it's preseason as well, but I want to see some more reps out of him as well.
I really don't. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Bryce Young, to me, he's fell in a certain zone right now, and it would take a lot out of him to make me say, okay, I want to go see Bryce Young play. So I'm just not.
So what you saying? He mediocre,
below average, right now. Not saying that he can't change, but be why. You got to give me a reason why. You feel?
And I feel like he got a high ceiling still, bro. I don't know how high, but it's above average.
But that may be his problem. I just had an aha moment while you were talking. You said he's got a high ceiling, but maybe he's just too short to reach it.
you might be speaking facts on that.
That's facts.
Well, look, man, let's transition, bro. If it's fourth quarter, bro, and you got these 3 receivers, prime time, and you want to make that drive, who you going to? You rather roll with Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, or Justin Jefferson?
You know what? Let me do this, man. Because I'm a firm believer in some Southern hospitality. So I'm going to revert this question to you. Throw the old boomerang at you, baby. Who you got?
Oh, that's easy. Jamar, bro.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you, well, number one, Jamar, he quick. He get open easily. I mean, and not to take nothing away from Justin Jefferson, because he's a special receiver as well. But when I seen Jamar with Burrow last season, bro, just every time it was time for him to make a play, Burrow can always look his way.
Absolutely.
And he was always there to make that play.
Absolutely.
So not only is it Burrow that was a special player, and I honestly, I really feel like had the Bengals won more games last year, Burrow would have been MVP.
He's a fan.
That's you know what? That's a bold statement, but that's a very accurate statement.
Like, hey, people, look at his stats. Both of their stats. Go back and look at their stats. Those was 2 special combinations last year.
Now, let's remind the people of what the original question was. You said
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, which of the three would I want on the field for me? I mean, I know I paraphrase, but is that the gist of it?
Nah, that's right.
And you know me, I'm a big time stat dude. So let me break down some stats for you before I just give you my answer, okay? In the fourth quarter alone, in the 2024 season, let's do some stats on JJ. 274 yards in 13 games and 1 touchdown. You got Hill, 231 yards in 11 games and 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 582 yards in 15 games and 7 touchdowns in the fourth quarter alone. Do I need to say who my pick is?
Sound like me and you on the same page.
Do I need to say who my pick is?
Nah, you good.
Okay,
Jamar Chase it is.
Okay, Jamar Chase.
Hey.
JC, holla at me, baby. You just signed that new contract. Look here, man. The Escalade needs some rims.
He did get that money.
Yeah, he got
Matter of
that
fact,
bread. He got that bread.
He 99 overall on Madden too. You know, he had to rub it in Joe Burrow's face.
But not to take nothing away from the other two guys on the list. Because since you want to throw Madden ratings out there, what is Justin Jefferson rated on Madden?
99.
99 problems, but a what ain't what? Hit me. Yeah.
Well, look, man. This ain't really no hot topic today because we got multiple questions, but
All the topics hot. What are you talking about? The topics hot. I'm hot. The show hot.
we, you know, yeah, show always hot. It's me. Can be hot without me. So
You
look,
so hot, we need to start taking deodorant breaks. Look, what's the next topic?
hey, any NFL franchise that you will want to move, you know, that's what you taking them somewhere, replacing them, taking them out the NFL, putting a new city in, any city basically. You could think on market terms, fan base, potential, and all that. What franchise would you choose that you want to move and relocate?
So, can I switch it up just a little bit?
Go ahead.
I wouldn't necessarily want to take a franchise out, but I'm all for adding one or two to keep things, you know, even.
Even? Okay.
But if I had to pick a market, I'm going to pick a market that, you know, it's got a history for the love of the game. If I'm an NFL owner and I'm thinking about starting a franchise in a demographic, I want to go somewhere where football is greatly appreciated. And you know what's the first place that came to mind for me?
Oakland.
Not Oakland, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
That's right. I said Nebraska. And let me tell you why I say Nebraska. You laugh, but don't laugh because it's all good. Just so you know a couple of fun facts, since that's what you call this segment. The Nebraska Cornhuskers have sold out 100% of all of their home games in their stadium since November of 1962. How impressive is that? Not only is that impressive, that is a NCAA all-time record for any sport in college. They love football in Nebraska. And so if I bring an NFL team there and those fans get behind that, they selling out 100% of the home games. And let me just give you this here fact. What's the average size of an NFL stadium? Like, what's the seating capacity?
65,000.
60 to 65,000. What's the population in Nebraska?
Yeah, probably about 3 million.
2.5 million people. If all of the 2.5 love football, and this is their first football team, getting 60,000 a week ain't gonna be a problem. So guess who I am now? I'm the Jerry Jones of Nebraska.
I was about to say, you doing a good job on selling this
I'm
shit.
trying to put you on something.
Well, look, man, if I was to pick a team, I'm moving the Chargers.
The Chargers?
Yeah.
From LA?
Yes. Bro, first
The
off,
city of dreams?
the only dream they got there is the Rams. They never really love the Chargers. Have you seen Chargers games, bro?
Wow.
It's no support there.
But let me ask
All
you
the
this here.
fans is in San Diego.
Let me ask you this here. Have the Chargers given their fans something to get behind?
They have, but
I'm not talking about when LaDainian. I'm talking about
Currently?
Can I do a little Janet Jackson? What have you done for me lately?
They got something to get behind.
Yeah. The porta potty, the outhouse.
You got Justin Herbert. Now you got, you know what I'm saying? You got, they making good moves.
Listen,
Keenan Allen back.
I was actually gonna say this for
They finna
next
be a
week's
perennial.
episode, but it's two teams right now that I feel like are getting slept on. You mentioned one earlier, the Cincinnati Bengals, but the Chargers, they building something.
Yeah.
They building
It's
something.
a lot to get behind.
It's a lot to get behind, but it has yet to be seen. But you want to move them.
Look, I'm moving them to a market in Texas where it's a lot of people and it's a lot of stomachs to fill. The football NFL hunger, bro. We could split up the Texans and Cowboys.
So what you gonna do? Sell tacos out of the Alamo? Come on with this, man.
Yeah,
Quit dragging it out.
No, you already
Come on with
know.
this, man.
I'm going to San Antonio.
You going to San Antonio?
Yes.
Okay, San Antonio. Hey, that's a great place to relocate. I mean, you got the Riverwalk, you got the Tim Duncan statue, and you got the frogs with the mold on their back. Yeah, great place.
Great place to win.
Great place to move.
That too.
And like Charles Barkley say, you got all them fat women out there too.
He did say that.
He did say that.
Man, all right, people. Thanks for looking and listening to another episode of the HSC. Me and CB, we out.
Like swingers on the drop top, baby.